Hey, how's it going, guys? Today I'm checking out the Fire HD 10 Plus. Now this is just a slight bump in RAM, and it has wireless charging from what I know, compared to the original Fire 10. That's the 11th gen as well. With 4 gigabytes of RAM, you can multitask pretty well, or a little better than with 3. Dolby Atmos is another feature. Well, they both have it. And you can have a micro SD card slot up to 1 terabyte, and the resolution is 1920 by 1200 on a 10.1 inch display. These packages are relatively simple. They don't really have much in them, which I kind of prefer. I don't want anything too crazy. So here we have the tablet itself, and underneath that should be the user guide. Well, kind of like a quick start guide there, and micro SD or USB-C cable, and a USB wall outlet that has 9 watts, a little more than your usual one, because normally they come with like 5 volts or 5 watts, so this will give you fast charging. I got the tablet in black, and it's got this hard back finish, hard plastic, nothing special. There's a camera on the top left. On the side is where you have most of your ports, starting with the 3.5mm headphone jack, USB-C port, microphones, power button, and volume keys. And then on top is where you have 2 speaker grills. They do emit from both sides. Nothing on the side, nothing on the bottom, except there is a latch for the micro SD card slot, and then a front camera here. This is not surprising to see on a Fire tablet. When you unlock the screen, you get introduced with an ad. These are all the apps you're stuck with. They come pre-installed, and none of them can be uninstalled except for the Office. So there's that. And if you go to the left, you have the For You for app interests and other things. And I think there is a tab for like sponsored. It's basically ads, but that's beside the point. And then on the right is obviously your library, stuff you purchased or you're currently watching to easily access. And then on the bottom left, it looks like there's a device dashboard, kind of like a little widget screen area. And out of the box, there's about 24.5 gigs, a little more than 24.5 gigs free on this out of 32 for you to use. But honestly, that's still not really enough. I wish they kept this to 64 gigs as a standard, because more and more apps are starting to take up more space, especially if you're a gamer. The camera is pretty bad on this. There's nothing that really impresses me here. And by the way, you can get unlimited storage space for photos with Amazon Prime. I guess the camera quality is a little better than the Fire 10, the regular one, but it's kind of weird to say because they're the same exact camera. Maybe I just didn't take good pictures with it, but at the same time you can't really read better too well. It says better performance, less energy consumption. It's a little blurry here, but I guess that's a small thing. And then the front camera, it's tolerable for a call, I guess. That's pretty much all there is to say about it. You're able to watch videos at 1080p, 60 FPS, no problems there. And the speakers are decent. They are a little better from the average speakers that I've heard. Maybe it might be in the top 3. Basic tasks have been great on this. I haven't really noticed any delays whatsoever. The CPU and GPU are the same as the ones in the Fire 10. And the Geekbench score, it does a little better in the multi-core score. So you get about 1300. I got 1392 in this one, so that did pretty well. And I do have something open here. Also, multitasking seems to work pretty well too, because it does have 4 gigs of RAM, which a lot of tablets still don't, surprisingly. First game checking out here is Roblox, and this seems to be doing just fine. There's not that much lag. I mean, there are some noticeable hiccups, just not as often as I've seen occur in previous tablets. And obviously that's a great sign. Granted, this is not really an intense battle or anything. There's nothing intensive going on in this Roblox mode. Like I mentioned many times before, I don't really know exactly how this game is played or understand it. But either way, everything should work pretty well for the most part. I think the graphics are set to low. So as you're seeing me, I'm running. There's really nothing that's lagging here. Finally, I want to check out Genshin Impact. and see how well this performs. I have the graphics set to as low as it can get, I think. And initially when the game loads up, you do notice some delays here and there, like when I'm just looking around the screen. It's kind of slow, everything's loading up. So I have no complaints with Fire OS so far. It seems like a good OS. Well, besides the fact that it's running on Android 9, while other tablets are already on Android 11. So there are some features that might be missing. Either way, I'd still recommend this over a lot of other tablets just because it has wideband security L1 and it runs smoothly. Games run pretty smoothly, even multitasking.
Introducing our first ever Galaxy Tab S8 Ultra. At 14.6 inches, it's our largest screen yet. But it's not just big, it's also our thinnest and toughest tab. Protected with Armor aluminum. Experience work and play on a whole new level with our most powerful chip ever, the 4nm processor. See even more with our first tablet front dual camera. Capture all your moves with its 4K recording and auto-framing capabilities. Be even more connected with Google Duo live sharing. Work, play, dance, whatever your thing is. And if you like smooth moves, 120Hz scrolling is seriously smooth. Combine that with our fastest S Pen yet, and you've got immaculate precision that you have to feel to believe. All for your next epic masterpiece. With seamless connectivity, you can record high-res videos on your phone. And with QuickShare, you can work and play across your devices. The Tab S8 Ultra is so powerful, you can even video edit like a pro with LumaFusion. For multitaskers, flex your work and play with multi-windows. Its 16:10 ratio redefines standards of immersiveness and will expand your world. And when everything comes together, it's a tablet that will change the future of work and play.